invariably the land will return what's planted. As it's written in the Bible, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Now remember, the land doesn't care. It'll return poison in just as wonderful abundance as it will corn. So up come the two plants, one corn, one poison. Now the human mind is far more fertile, far more incredible and mysterious than the land, but it works the same way. It doesn't care what we plant. Success, failure. A concrete, worthwhile goal, or confusion. Misunderstanding, fear, anxiety, and so on. But what we plant, it must return to us. You see, the human mind is the last great unexplored continent on Earth. It contains riches beyond our wildest dreams. It will return anything we want to plant. Now, you might say, well, if that's true, why don't people use their minds more? Well, I think they figured out an answer to that one, too. Our mind comes as standard equipment at birth. It's free, and things that are given to us for nothing we place little value on. Things that we pay money for, we value. The paradox is that exactly the reverse is true. Everything that's really worthwhile in life came to us free. Our minds, our souls, our bodies, our hopes, our dreams, our ambitions, our intelligence, our love of family and children and friends and country, all these priceless possessions are free. But the things that cost us money are actually very cheap and can be replaced at any time. A good man can be completely wiped out and make another fortune. He can do that several times. Even if our home burns down, we can rebuild it. But the things we got for nothing, we can never replace. The human mind isn't used because we take it for granted. Familiarity breeds contempt. It can do any kind of job we assign to it, but generally speaking, we use it for little jobs instead of big, important ones. Universities have proved that most of us are operating on about 10% or less of our abilities. So decide now, what is it you want? Plant your goal in your mind. It's the most important decision you'll ever make in your entire life. What is it you want? You want to be an outstanding salesman? A better worker at your particular job? Do you want to go places in your company? In your community? Do you want to get rich? All you've got to do is plant that seed in your mind, care for it, work steadily toward your goal, and it will become a reality. It not only will, there's no way that it cannot. You see, that's a law, like the laws of Sir Isaac Newton, the laws of gravity. If you get on top of a building and jump off, you'll always go down. You'll never go up, and it's the same with all the other laws of nature. They always work. They're inflexible. Think about your goal in a relaxed, positive way. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as having already achieved this goal. See yourself doing the things you will be doing when you've reached your goal. Ours has been called the phenobarbital age, the age of ulcers and nervous breakdowns and tranquilizers. At a time when medical research has raised us to a new plateau of good health and longevity, far too many of us worry ourselves into an early grave trying to cope with things in our own little personal ways without learning a few great laws that will take care of everything for us. These things we bring on ourselves through our habitual way of thinking. Every one of us is the sum total of his own thoughts. He is where he is because that's exactly where he really wants to be, whether he'll admit that or not. Each of us must live off the fruit of his thoughts in the future, because what you think today and tomorrow, next month and next year, will mold your life and determine your future. You're guided by your mind. I remember one time I was driving through eastern Arizona, and I saw one of those giant earth-moving machines roaring along the road at about 35 miles an hour with what looked like 30 tons of dirt in it. A tremendous, incredible machine, and there was a little man perched way up on top with the wheel in his hands guiding it. And as I drove along, I was struck by the similarity of that machine to the human mind. Just suppose you're sitting at the controls of such a vast source of energy. Are you going to sit back and fold your arms and let it run itself into a ditch? Or are you going to keep both hands firmly on the wheel and control and direct this power to a specific, worthwhile purpose? It's up to you. You're in the driver's seat. You see, the very law that gives us success is a two-edged sword. We must control our thinking. The same rule that can lead a man to a life of success, wealth, happiness, and all the things he ever dreamed of for himself and his family. That very same law can lead him into the gutter. It's all in how he uses it, for good or for bad. This is the strangest secret in the world. Now, why do I say it's strange, and why do I call it a secret? Actually, it isn't a secret at all. It was first promulgated by some of the earliest wise men, and it appears again and again throughout the Bible, but very few people have learned it, understand it. That's why it's strange, and why, for some equally strange reason, it virtually remains a secret. I believe that you could go out and walk down the main street of your town and ask one man after another what the secret of success is, and you probably wouldn't run into one man in a month who could tell you. Now, this information is enormously valuable to us if we really understand it and apply it. It's valuable to us not only for our own lives, but the lives of those around us, our families, employees, associates, and friends. Life should be an exciting adventure. It should never be a bore. A man should live fully, be alive. He should be glad to get out of bed in the morning. He should be doing a job he likes to do because he does it well. One time I heard Grove Patterson, the great late editor-in-chief of the Toledo Daily Blade, make a speech, and as he concluded his speech, he said something I've never forgotten. He said, "My years in the newspaper business have convinced me of several things. Among them, that people are basically good, and that we came from someplace, and we're going someplace. So we should make our time here an exciting adventure. The architect of the universe didn't build a stairway leading nowhere." And the greatest teacher of all, the carpenter from the plains of Galilee, gave us the secret time and time again. As ye believe, so shall it be done unto you. I've explained the strangest secret in the world and how it works. Now, on this side, I want to explain how you can prove to yourself the enormous returns possible in your own life by putting this secret to a practical test. I want you to make a test that will last 30 days. It isn't going to be easy, but if you'll give it a good try, it will completely change your life for the better. Now, back in the 17th century, Sir Isaac Newton, the English mathematician and natural philosopher, gave us some natural laws of physics which apply as much to human beings as they do to the movement of bodies in the universe. And one of these laws is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Simply stated, as it applies to you and me, it means we can achieve nothing without paying the price. The results of your 30-day experiment will be in direct proportion to the effort you put forth. To be a doctor, you must pay the price of long years of difficult study. To be successful in selling, and remember that each of us succeeds to the extent of his ability to sell. Selling our families on our ideas, selling education in schools, selling our children on the advantages of living the good and honest life, selling our associates and employees on the importance of being exceptional people. To, of course, the profession of selling itself. But to be successful in selling our way to the good life, we must be willing to pay the price. And what is that price? Well, it's many things. First, it's understanding emotionally, as well as intellectually, that we literally become what we think about, that we must control our thoughts if we're to control our lives. It's understanding fully that as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Second, it's cutting away all fetters from the mind and permitting it to soar as it was divinely designed to do. It's the realization that your limitations are self-imposed and that the opportunities for you today are enormous beyond belief. It's rising above narrow-minded pettiness and prejudice. And third, it's using all your courage to force yourself to think positively on your own problem, to set a definite and clearly defined goal for yourself, to let your marvelous mind think about your goal from all possible angles, to let your imagination speculate freely upon many different possible solutions, to refuse to believe that there are any circumstances sufficiently strong to defeat you in the accomplishment of your purpose, to act promptly and decisively when your course is clear, and to keep constantly aware of the fact that you are, at this moment, standing in the middle of your own acres of diamonds, as Russell Conwell used to point out. And fourth, save at least 10% of every dollar you earn. It's also remembering that no matter what your present job, it has enormous possibilities, if you're willing to pay the price. Now let's just go over the important points in the price each of us must pay to achieve the wonderful life that can be ours. It is, of course, worth any price. 1. You will become what you think about. 2. Remember the word imagination and let your mind begin to soar. 3. Courage. Constant goal every day. 4. Save 10% of what you earn. And 5. Action.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. What's up, Grand Rising Familia? Let me actually lower this real quick on this side. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Grand Rising fam, hope you guys are feeling good, feeling amazing. That's better. Well, guys, happy Thursday, Grand Rising. So blessed, so grateful to be on this call with all of you guys. I am so excited to be here. Every single day that we jump on Mornings with Nano, as you guys know, it's always such a pleasure to just hop on and be able to learn and be able to elevate and be able to truly understand just life in general. And I just want to thank you guys all so much for the love and the support. Let's send out one last text message. Let's let everybody know that Mornings with Nano is live. We are on YouTube. Spread the word out to everybody. We are absolutely having a phenomenal day today. I'm also going to go live on IG for the family as well, so that we could get some family on the IG. I think that that's going to be very, very important. But I'm just super blessed and excited for, just everything that, we got going on here, because at the end of the day, this is something that we can all grow and elevate from. And this is something that I know that as long as we continue to jump on and get new ideas, that this is what life is all about at the end of the day. This is what it comes down to, is serving your body and your mind with the information that is needed in order for you to take yourself to the next level each and every single day, guys. And I want you guys to understand that, give yourself credit, give yourself credit for, jumping on and learning, because a lot of people sometimes, when it comes to calls like these, guys, people sometimes can take these calls for granted. Like Earl Nightingale was saying before this, he says familiarity breeds content. And sometimes, because Mornings with Nano is so available, it's something that we do every single day. It's a call that's there no matter what. You got to think about it. Regardless of whether you show up or not, these calls are going to happen. Whether 100 people show up, whether 1,000 people show up, or whether just one person shows up on this call, we're going to do it. So, I don't ever want you guys to, feel bad for jumping on these calls. I don't ever want you guys to, get familiar with these calls, right? Because every day that I come on these calls, I'm giving you guys new ideas. You may jump on the call and you may know exactly what I'm talking about, but I might share one idea on this call that changes everything for you. Because even for me, as being a mentor, being a mentee to Matt Rosa, there's times that he's gonna run a training and I know exactly the training. Like, I know it word for word. I know all 5-step. I know all of it. But there's sometimes in those trainings that he shares one idea that I needed to hear, that maybe the first time that he said it, I missed it. And then the second time I heard it, I was in a better place mentally and I was able to receive the message. So the reason why repetition is so important, and the reason why you never want to get the familiarity in the way of it, because familiarity breeds content. Okay, familiarity breeds content, which means is that sometimes you start to get, content. You start to I know that already. I think I know this. I think I know that. And that's not what it's, what it's all about. You want to be able to always, gain perspective. You want to be able to always gain new ideas. Remember, we're always growing. All of us are always growing. And sometimes the information that you learned a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, I could teach it again and it may hit completely different. As a matter of fact, type a 1 in the chat box if that has ever happened to you, where you may have heard something a month ago, but you heard it 3 months later or 2 months later, and then it hit completely different. And you were like, yo, that's crazy that the first time I heard it, it didn't hit, but now it hit. Now it finally hit. It's like when you read a book. Think about it. There's times that you would read a book, and while you were reading that book, it didn't hit that much. But then the second time you read that book, it was like, yo, how did I miss that? Like, how was it that I missed that? It's like watching a movie, right? You guys ever watch a movie for the first time and then you watch it for the second time and you're like, yo, I missed that in the movie the first time. Like, how did I miss that? It's because the second time around, you were more knowledgeable. You understood it more. You were a different person. And that's what it's all about right there, guys. So that was just a quick little introduction message. But today I want to talk about one of my favorite lessons of all time. Okay, this is literally one of my favorite one of my favorite, trainings right here. Chess, not checkers. There you go. So one of my favorite trainings of all time is helping people understand the importance that this game of life is chess, not checkers. Okay, and I'm going to talk about it. But before we do so, we got to express some gratitude. So real quick, All right. What is one thing you're grateful for this morning? What is one thing that you guys are grateful for this morning? I am grateful for God. I am grateful for his grace. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my mother, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughters, and my godson. I'm extremely grateful for my team. I'm grateful for, the leaders in my organization. I'm grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano community. I'm grateful for the merch that I was introduced to the other day. I hope you guys are ready for this merchandise, guys, because man, let me tell you, bro, this merch is about to be next level. I'm grateful for my peace. I'm grateful for the amazing night that I had yesterday. Extremely grateful for Katie. I'm grateful for just everything that's happening in my life right now, guys. I feel so good. I'm grateful for this Break the Code event that we're going to this weekend. I'm grateful for just so many amazing things, guys. And just life is amazing how it works, how everything can just change, and how things can just elevate when you really take the time to work on yourself, when you really take the time to realize things and let go of things that were holding you back. And that's what this is all about, guys. So just know that big things are coming for us, for every single one of us. And I'm just very, very excited for it all, family. So let's get into today's call. I got some points that I want you guys to cover, but I do want you guys to listen as well. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story about how I came about the training with chess, not checkers. So there was one time that me and, obviously Matt, my mentor, we were having a conversation, and, I had asked him, like, what is one of the most valuable pieces of advices that you've ever received, from your billionaire mentor? Because, I'm always asking questions. One thing about me is that, I'm always asking questions. I'm always learning from the people that have the results that I want. So whenever I'm in a room with somebody that has the results that I want, I don't care how good of friends we are, I'm going to ask questions. So I remember asking him, like, I know he has a billionaire mentor. So I wanted to know what were some of the lessons that he was learning from his billionaire mentor. Because, sheesh, I want to learn from a billionaire, but I don't have access to a billionaire. So let me ask him what he's learning from his billionaire mentor. And he says, one of the biggest lessons I ever learned was that this game of life, you got to play chess, not checkers. Now, for me, I never played chess like that. So, I never really understood the game like that. And I never really, I didn't get the concept. So I told him, I need you to break it down for me a little bit, because, it sounds fire, but I need you to break it down for me. And he said, in chess, right? Chess is a different kind of game than checkers, because in chess, in order for you to win and in order for you to be successful, you got to plan out your moves steps in advance. Like, you got to be thinking 4 or 5 steps in advance if you want to actually, win in the game of chess. Checkers is a quick game. Boom, 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 boom. Chess is more of a strategic, more long-term, more, you got to think about your moves before you make them. It's not the same kind of game. You know what I'm saying? And, you got to learn how to use the pieces on the board and know which piece does what, and the strategy behind it and the moves. And it's just so much more of a different game when it comes to chess than it comes to checkers. So he broke it down for me in the way of business. And it's the same thing with us with business, guys. When it comes to business, when it comes to our life, okay, if we're saying life is a game of chess, not checkers, what does that mean, guys? That means that, number one, we need to have a strategy. Okay. Number one, there needs to be a strategy. Okay. What is your strategy to become successful? What is your plan? What is it that you're going to do on a day-to-day basis to make sure that you win in life? Okay. Because you guys got to understand, life has to have a strategy. Like, what is your strategy to get rich? What is your strategy to become a better version of yourself? What is your strategy for you to help your body get to the best shape that it's ever been? What is your strategy to build a closer relationship with God? What is your strategy to build multiple streams of income? You see, we got to play chess, not checkers, because checkers is quick. It's quick every day, whatever. Oh, there's really not much strategy to the game of checkers. It's just a quick game. Boom, one piece over the other. Whoever wins, wins. But in chess, there needs to be a strategy. There needs to be a plan. There needs to be something in place. And sometimes we go about life with no plan, with no strategy. We just wake up and we have nothing that we're building towards. We have nothing in place. And this is why I like to relate a strategy to a routine. What's your routine? Do you have a routine? Do you have something that you follow? You know, this is something that every single one of us needs to have. You got to think about this. You got to put yourself in my shoes, right? For example, okay, I had a strategy for my self-development. What was my strategy for my self-development? My morning routine. My morning routine is my strategy that I use to become a better version of myself. Because what is it? It's a strategy where I wake up at a certain time, and for a certain amount of hours, I'm working on myself. I'm reading, I'm journaling, I'm meditating, I'm visualizing, I'm working out, I'm doing all of these things, I'm doing yoga. That's my strategy for me to become a better version of me. Okay? It's not like I'm just waking up, grabbing my phone and going about my day. That's checkers. You see that? That's checkers, because you're just waking up and going about it. But if you're playing chess, it's a completely different game. Okay? You see, some of us are playing checkers and we're not playing chess. And gain in this life and this business, if you want to be successful, what did I say? You got to play chess, not checkers. So, for example, if you're just waking up and you're going about your day and you don't have no plan, you don't have no schedule, you don't have no idea what's going on, you're playing checkers. You're just playing checkers. You're not going to be able to, you know, go toe to toe with someone like me who's playing chess, who has a strategy. All right. And not just a strategy when it comes to your morning routine, but what's your strategy with your finances? What's your strategy with your finances? What's your strategy with your business? How are you going about building your business? Right. A lot of us have goals that we want to hit, you know, certain ranks in our businesses, or we want to hit certain income levels in our businesses. But what's your strategy to do it? Right. So, for example, right, there's certain people that want to hit certain levels in a business, as an example, okay? Let's say you want to earn $10,000 a month, okay? Something simple. As a matter of fact, let's not even go that far. Let's go, you want to make an extra $2,000 a month. If you know that you got to reach a certain amount of people, then, right, you need to know how many people, you need to have a strategy on how many people you're going to talk to on a day-to-day basis. You need to know how many presentations you're going to do on a day-to-day basis, how many events you got to do in order for you to get there, okay? Because you got to think about it like this. Let's just put this as an example, okay? Just, I want you guys to stay with me real quick, right? Let's say that it takes you 30 people to make $1,000 a month, right? It takes 30 people. You have zero. We all at zero right now. Let's say every single one of us right now, we have 0 people in our business, and we got to get 30 people to join our business to make $1,000 a month, okay? So we all starting at 0. Now, if I just wake up every day and I'm going about my day, and I'm just, one day I'm talking to people, the next day I'm not, the next week I am, you know, that's no strategy. That's checkers. But if I'm playing chess, I have a strategy. I'm like, okay, so if we do the numbers, how they say, Jim Rohn says that for every 10 people that you talk to, you get 1. All right. So if for every 10 people that we talk to, we get 1, as an example, okay, that means I need to talk to at least 300 people. All right. If I want to get to make $1,000 a month, as an example, right? That means I need to talk to at least 300 people. And that's if we're doing it by the numbers that out of 10, we get 1, for example, right? So I have to create a strategy. Okay, that means that for the next month, I need to find a way to talk to 300 people. Okay, now what am I going to do? I'm going to break down that amount of people into days and how many people I'm going to attack every day, how many presentations I'm going to do every day, how many events I'm going to do every day. So I can have a strategy that I'm going to work on a day-to-day basis so I can get to my ultimate goal. Because I know that if every day I talk to 10 people, I'm going to get 1. By the end of the day, I'm thinking 10 steps ahead 20 steps ahead. I know that by the end of when I'm done with this, I'm going to have 30 people who've joined my business because I already strategized it. I already planned it. I already put it in place. It's like when you want to save money. Think about it, guys. If our goal is to save $1,000 a month, right? If you break it down, right? Let's do the math real quick. Okay. Let's just break it down really, really quick, right? If you want to save $1,000 a month, okay, and let's say you're earning a certain amount of money a week, you know that you got to put aside a certain amount every single week to get to that $1,000. But you can't just say, yo, I want to save $1,000 this month and then go about your day every single day and hoping that magically you're going to save $1,000, wasting money here, wasting money there, spending money there. No, you can't do that. You got to find ways. Okay, yo, so I've been spending money on Starbucks every day. I spend $8 on Starbucks every day. So if I don't go to Starbucks all month and I'm going to Starbucks 20 times a month, let's say 5 days a week, right? And I'm saving $8, right? Times 20. If I'm not mistaken, that's what? If 5 times 100, 3. So you're saving $160 from there. So, okay, if I stop going to Starbucks every month, every day this month, I'll save $160 here. If I save money here, save money there, and then you have a strategy though. You see, there's a difference. You see the difference? There's a strategy in place. Right? Yo, I want to gain, 500 followers on my Instagram this month. I want to gain 500 followers on my Instagram this month. How many people do you need to follow every single day? You can't just be like, oh, I want to gain 500 followers on my Instagram and not have a strategy on how you're going to do it. All right, every day I'm going to follow 50 people. Every other day I'm going to post reels. Every other day I'm going to go live with a social media influencer. You got to have a strategy on how you're going to do everything, guys. You can't just expect that things are going to happen for you just because you put them out there. I get it. I know we all believe in manifestation. I know we all believe in that whatever you ask, you receive, but that's not how the game works, guys. You got to ask, and yes, you'll receive, but you got to put the work in between, and you got to have strategies. A lot of people are just going about their days, and they're going about these goals like, yeah, Nano, I want this, and my 2023 story is I'm going to be a millionaire, and I'm going to make all this money, and I'm going to drive these nice cars, and I'm going to retire my family, but you don't even have a strategy on how you're going to do it. What's your strategy? What's your goal? How are we going to do it? Guys, please. If there's something that you guys take serious, that you got to have a strategy on how you're going to accomplish everything that you set out to accomplish this year. Whatever it is, take it one thing at a time. If you feel like you don't have a strategy, you got to start working on it, on how you're going to do it. Right? I have a strategy on how I'm going to become a 7-figure earner. I have a strategy on how I'm going to put the first investment down on my parents' home in the Dominican Republic. I have a strategy. I'm not just waking up, going about it day by day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just wake up and go about it. That's my plan. No, it'll never work because there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there, right? It's like, for example, the person that wants to lose weight. You can't just wake up and go about your day and not have a strategy. You know that if you want to lose weight, for example, you got to be in the gym a certain amount of times a week. You got to change the things that you eat. You got to change the way that you're speaking to yourself. You got to change your diet. You got to change your sleeping schedule. Like, there has to be a strategy, guys. It can't just be, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds and you're waking up and going about your day every single day, and you go to the gym when you remember, you eat good one day, you eat bad the next 2 days, you're still going to sleep late, you're still smoking, you're still drinking. That's not a strategy. That's not chess. You're playing checkers there. You guys understand what I'm saying now? When it comes to chess and checkers, there's a difference. Most people are just playing checkers. They're just playing checkers. They're just whatever, bro. Just another day. You gotta play chess. You'll get killed in business if you don't have a strategy, guys. You get killed. Not literally, but you get killed in business. You're not gonna make it. Most people that quit is because they had no strategy. They had no strategy. How you gonna compete against people in business that do have strategy? You're going to lose every time. Of course you're going to lose. Of course you're going to feel bad. Duh. What do you expect? There's people that have strategies. There's people that are sitting down and have a game plan from the moment they wake up to the moment they fall asleep. Duh, that's why they're winning and you're not, because they have a strategy and you don't. They're playing chess, you're playing checkers. You're not going to be somebody like that. That's why I sometimes tell people, like, yo, people come up to me all the time and you know, I'm a mentor to so many people, but they tell me, they say, yo, Nano, like, I'm not winning. I can't be, I'm stuck. I haven't been able to get to the next level. Like, why is this person winning and that person winning and I'm not winning? Bro, you got to think about it. They're actually having a strategy. They're showing up every day. They're doing what's required on a day-to-day basis in order for them to take themselves to another level. You have to make sure that you have strategies in place. That's what it all comes down to. Somebody in on Instagram says something very powerful. Yo, even in sports, yo, you got to have a strategy on how you're going to win the game. Because if you go up against a team that has a strategy to win the game and you don't, there's 100% chance you're going to lose, because they have a strategy on how they're going to win. You can't just show up on the court and play against a team that has strategy when you don't. You don't think those people in the World Cup had a strategy on how they were going to win the game? You don't think these people that play in the World Series, the Super Bowl, and all of these in big time games, they have strategies on how they're going to win? They don't just show up and be like, yeah, guys, let's just go play another football game. Let's just go play another soccer game. No, there's a strategy. This is the game plan. This is what we got to do. And I want you guys to start treating your life, your business, your self-development, your relationship with God the exact same way. You got to think about it. Even with God, there needs to be a strategy, right? Some people tell me, Nano, I want to start building a closer relationship with God. Well, what's your strategy? Well, you got to show up every day. You got to pray every day. You got to go to church on Sundays, right? You got to tithe. You got to obey. You got to be true to your word. You got to know the strategy that you're going to use to build that closer relationship with your creator. You can't just say, oh, Nano, I want to have a closer relationship with my creator, but you wake up and you forget to pray. On Sundays, nobody could find you because you don't even go to church or listen to church. You don't have $10, $20, $30 to tithe and give back to the church or give back to a community, but you have $20 for weed. And then you wonder why God doesn't help you, and you wonder why you're stuck in life. Because this is the way people are thinking. This is the way people think. You're not reading the Bible. And like I said, I'm not an expert at this. These are things that at the end of the day, I even have to work on. Okay. But like I said, there has to be a strategy, guys, for everything, every part of your life, whatever it is, whether it's your body, whether it's with your relationship with your creator, whether it's a relationship with your significant other, everything has to have a strategy, right? Everything has to have a strategy. You can't just be playing checkers, just going about day to day. It'll never work. There has to be a strategy in everything, in every area of your life, guys. This can't be a game right here. Too many of us are playing checkers. Too many people. I see too many people playing checkers, bro. They're just waking up and going about their day. How are you gonna not against me? Remember, guys, you guys don't go against me. Your biggest test is life every day, not me. If you don't have a strategy for life, life will get the best of you, guaranteed. If you don't have a strategy for life, life will get the best of you. And that's what will happen every time. You got to be thinking 10 steps ahead. Everything has to be strategic with every area of your life. Because if you play checkers in one area of your life, you'll play checkers in every area of your life. Right? If you're not serious about your business, you won't be serious about your relationship with your creator. You won't be serious about your body. You won't be serious about your relationship with your significant other. You won't be serious about your family. You won't be serious about anything. You won't be serious about anything. And guess what? You will become nothing because you're not strategic. You have to play chess, guys, chess. The name of the game is chess. Strategic movements. Everything has to be strategic, bro. Even to the point, to the water that you drink, the food that you eat, the people that you hang out with, the words that you speak have to be strategic, bro. That's how crazy it is. Down to the words that you speak have to be strategic. Because if you think about this, right, you got to hear this, right? Your ears are the gateway to your heart. Your heart will always give you what you desire. All right. So if I'm speaking words of negativity, my ears are hearing that, which means my ears is the gateway to my heart, and my heart is going to give me whatever it desires at whatever I'm pouring into it. So you got to think about it. I got to be strategic with the words that I speak, because the words that I speak are going to go to my heart, and my heart is going to give me what I desire. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's going to give it to you. That's the thing. Good or bad, you're going to get it. You get, what do they say? You get what you want, but you also get what you don't want. It works the same way, right? You could focus on what you don't want and you will get that. You don't want to be broke. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want to be this. You don't want to be that. You will get that. But if you want to be successful, you want to be rich, you want to be at peace, you want to be this, you will get that too. Remember, guys, it all comes down to whatever it is that you are focused on. Too many people are going about their lives every single day let me just show up today. Let me just wake up today. No strategy. They just woke up. They woke up, they grabbed their phone, and they just like, all right, let me see what's next. Let me just go to work. Let me get home from work. No strategy, right? For example, if my goal is to quit my job, right? Let's say my goal is to quit my job, okay? I can't just wake up every day and just go to work. That doesn't make any sense. I'm playing checkers. How am I going to quit my job if every day I'm just showing up? There's no strategy behind just going, I want to quit my job, but every day I just show up to work. How does that make sense? How your goal is to quit your job, but every day you just show up to work and there's no plan. There's no plan at all as to how you're going to quit that job, but you want to quit your job. You think that just because you said, yo, in 2023, I'm going to quit my job, that you think is going to happen just because you threw it out in the sky and it's just going to happen because of that? Oh, it'll never happen, guys. I know people that have been telling me they're going to quit their job since 2020, since 2017, they've been telling me that. And they're still working. I know people that have been driving Uber. Nothing against Uber drivers. Nothing against them at all. I know a lot of my friends. As a matter of fact, my father was a cab driver for 30 years. Yo, Nano, I'm going to stop doing it. Yo, my goal is this year, 2017, 2018, to stop driving Uber. It's 2023 and they're still doing it. They have no strategy on how they're going to stop. Nothing wrong with the job. I think Uber is a great way to make money. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I'm not talking down on it. I'm not making anybody feel bad at all. Trust me, that's not what this is for. But what I'm saying is that the person that set the goal to quit never did it because they didn't have a strategy. They just showed up to work. They woke up every day. Yep, I'm going to work from this hour to this hour, and I'm going to do this. There's no strategy on how much money I'm going to save, how much I'm going to do, how many hours. It'll never work like that, guys. Never, 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 ever, ever work because there is no strategy behind it. No strategy behind it. You got to know, okay, yo, I want to quit my job. Okay, so now let's really talk now. All right, I work Uber. Let's say as an example, I'm an Uber driver. I work Uber. In order for me to quit my job, I need to have at least this amount of money saved up so I can quit and focus on something else. Let's say I need to save $10,000 to quit my job. Okay, if I save $10,000 in the bank, that at least pays for at least 6 months worth of rent and bills that I'll be able to take care of, and I can focus on a business, okay? Right now, I need to focus on making this $10,000, okay? So I need to work, let's say, 8 hours a day for 40 hours a week. 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. I'm going to make this amount. I got to save this amount. I gotta save this amount every week for the next however many weeks. This is how I'm gonna get to the $10,000 right here. This is my plan. Certain days, certain weekends, I'm gonna work extra hours. Certain days, I'm gonna work extra so that I can get to my ultimate goal of saving the $10,000 that I need, so I can stop doing Uber and I can focus on my business full force for 6 months. You see, that's a strategy, right? People got to learn this stuff. People got to learn how to strategize how they're going to put themselves in position. I'm going to quit my job in 6 months, but for the next 6 months, I'm going to work like this. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to work in my job. Yes, I got to work on my job for 8 hours a day because I got to do this. But 2 hours out of my day, 3 hours out of my day, I'm going to work on my part-time future, right? Because remember, you want to work part-time on your future and full-time on your job, right? So I'm working full-time on my job, but remember, eventually my goal is to quit my job so I can work full-time on my future. That's the goal. The goal is to work full-time on my future, but in the meantime, I'm working full-time on my job and I got to make a certain amount of money. I got to make $10,000 that'll help me pay for, 4 to 5 months worth of rent and bills. That way I don't have to worry and stress about it. And now I can start working full-time on my future with no stress about it. And I can quit doing Uber. I can quit working 8 hours a day. And now I can work 8 hours a day on my business for me, for my family, for my future, for me. But I got to do 6 months of sacrifice, 6 months of not smoking weed, 6 months of not buying any alcohol, 6 months of no Starbucks, 6 months of no eating out, 6 months of this. And there has to be a strategy. It can't just be wake up and go about it. Because if not, you're going to be like some of my friends that said that they were going to quit and never quit. See what I'm saying? It'll never happen. You'll always be stuck. You'll always do the same thing over and over and over again. If you've been working the same job for the last 2 years and you've been saying that you want to quit and you haven't quit, it's because you've been playing checkers and not chess. You have no strategy. You have no strategy at all. You're just, well, let me just go every day. I'm going to just show up every day. This is just going to pay the bills and that's it. But I have no strategy on how I'm going to start working on my future. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't play chess. You can't play checkers. You got to play chess, guys. And another thing about chess is that it takes time. Guys, you got to be playing the long game. You can't be playing the short game, the instant gratification game. You got to learn delayed gratification. You can't wait. You can't expect for you to work for a month and then think that your life is going to change because you put the work in for a month, bro. How in the world are you going to do that, bro? Let's be honest. How is it that you think that you put the work in for a month and your life is going to change? You put in the work for 3 months and you think your life is going to change. How? It's not going to happen. It'll never happen like that, bro. Never, ever, ever happen like that, sis. Never. You have to learn the game of delayed gratification, where you got to put the work in every single day over a long period of time until it shows up. Until, right? Can everybody type in the chat box until it shows up? Until. Type in the chat box until. You show up every day, you work on yourself every day, until. It has to be until it happens, guys. You can't sit there and be like, well, Neno, I put in the work for a week and I don't have no money. I put in the work for 2 months and I don't have no money. Guys, you want me to keep it 1 million with you guys right now? I didn't become profitable in my business, keeping it 1,000 with you guys till 3 years in. Keeping it 1 million. Not even 1,000, 1 million. 3 years until I became profitable in this business. It took me 3 years before I became profitable. You got to sit down and think about this stuff, bro. And that's me. And I went hard for it. Some people come into this and they a month in the business and they're like, yo, Nano, I invested $250 into my subscription and I haven't made any money. Yo, bro. I tell you guys, bro, sometimes, yo, the stuff that I hear people say literally blows my mind. Nano, I've been paying my membership for 3 months, bro, and I haven't made any money yet. Nano, I've been doing this, I've been doing that, and I haven't made any money yet. And you know what's the funniest part about it? They've been spending money on sneakers, clothes, weed, drinks, everything, and they haven't kept track of that. But the moment that it involves them investing back into themselves, they know every dollar that they've spent. They know every dollar that they spent. Every dollar that they spent. But ask them how much money they've spent on these things. On weed. On alcohol with their friends. How much they spend on sneakers, how much they spent on Starbucks. They don't know how much they spent there. But when it comes to investing back into the business, they know exactly how much they spent. They know exactly at what time they got to pay. Yo, I swear to this day, I really don't understand. I really don't understand. Like Jim Rohn says, mysteries of the mind. You can't even explain it. You can't even explain it because it's mysteries of the mind. They know exactly. They'll tell you, yo, Nano, I pay this amount every single month and I haven't made any money. Bro, you've been buying all of these things for the last 5 years of your life and you haven't made any money. And I don't see you complaining about that. Now, because you're investing back into yourself, you're complaining about investing back into yourself. How does that make sense? That's the best investment you can make in life, is the investment back into yourself. Right? And it's very important that you guys understand that. I wouldn't take that class. J Miles, I wouldn't take that class. No, I wouldn't. No, I'm that serious, guys. Like, I really don't understand. You know how many people have came up to me, bro? And I honestly, yo, out of respect for people, I do my best never to like disrespect anybody or make anybody, feel any kind of way. But yo, it breaks my heart when I see people come up to me and tell me that stuff, bro. Like, yo, Nano, I haven't made money, bro. My brother, how are you gonna make money if you're not locked in? How are you gonna make money if you don't even show up for yourself? How? It's impossible. And that's what I want you guys to understand. It's a game of chess and not checkers. In chess, if you're playing chess, you understand that this is a long-term investment. What did I do? You guys have heard my story. Bro, I went and took out credit cards when I started this business. Remember, guys, I've never worked a job. So mind you, guys, I've never, ever, ever worked a job. I don't know what a 9-to-5 is. I've never clocked into a job. So when I joined entrepreneurship, I didn't have money. So luckily, when I was in college, right, I used to get paid stipend checks. Athletes get paid stipends. And I remember I had, taken this bed. I had put a Sleepy's bed on a credit card. I kind of had like a store credit with Sleepy's because I took out a nice bed, like a $1,500 bed, nice gel mattress, whatever. And I paid it off in my 2 years that I had in college. So I was able to have good credit. So I had like a 720 credit score. And I remember going to Bank of America and taking out a credit card. And yo, they gave me a $7,500 limit. And I'm like, yo, this is lit. I got $7,500. And you know what I did, guys? Don't listen to me very closely. Do not go and do this. Okay? Do not do this. But what I did was I invested it all back into myself. I bought clothes. I bought myself nice suits. I invested into the events. I invested into books, audios, mentorships. Like I invested all, I think out of the $7,500 that I got from there, honestly, I would say at least 5,000 minimum, at least for sure 5,000 went back into myself. And you know what I said? We'll pay that one day. I'll pay it back one day. One day I'll pay it back. I don't know when, but I'm gonna pay it back one day. But I had faith that I was gonna get here. And luckily we've paid it back and everything has worked in our favor. But don't go do this. Listen to me again. I'm gonna repeat this one more time. Remember, I had the faith in myself that I would one day be able to pay it back. And I knew I would. All right. But guess what? That was an investment in myself. I didn't take that. I could have easily taken that 5,000 and went and bought me a Montclair coat, spent 2,000 on a Montclair coat, bought me some jeans, bought me some Amiris, bought me some nice Jordans to flex and this and that. But what did I do? I invested it into me. And I said, you know what? One day we'll pay that. I'll make the monthly payments for now. One day we'll pay it. And I was paying, like, I remember, I think the minimum payment at the time for that card, I think I had to pay like $150 a month for it. Yeah, especially with today's interest rates, do not do it. Back then, the interest rates weren't that much. So I was only paying, I think it was like $125, $150 a month I had to pay a month for my credit card. So I was making minimum payments. Literally, I was making minimum payments on that stuff. But guess what, guys? That investment in myself changed my life. Because I got the books, I got the audios, I got the mentorship, I changed my image. Even though I was broke, I changed my image. Image is everything. Remember, I wasn't showing up to events in jeans and a t-shirt. I was showing up to events in a suit, 3-piece suit, tailored, boom, nice shoes. Image is everything. Remember, perception is everything. So people saw me. And bro, I would walk into rooms and I looked more like a millionaire than the millionaires in the room. Because I was suited and booted. And guess what? I was dressed how I wanted to be addressed. And people wanted to do business with me because they were like, yo, if he's dressed like this, he must be good. He must know what he's doing. Think about it. If somebody was to sell you a business, try to sell you an opportunity, right? One shows up in jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt, and another one shows up in a very beautiful 3-piece tailored suit. Who you think naturally you're going to listen to more? You're going to listen to the person that has a suit on. Why? Because he cares. He cares about his image. The guy, bro, guys, I'm telling you right now, I would walk into rooms with people that had Amiri jeans, $1,000 jeans, Alexander McQueen sneakers, $600, $400, $500 shirts, chains, diamond chains, $20,000, $30,000 chains on. And I would walk in with them. They would have all of this on, and I would walk in with a $300 suit. And you know who people would pay more attention to me? People would pay more attention to me than the one with the chains, the jeans, the $500 sneakers. I paid $300 for my suit with the shoes and everything. I got it for the low at Portobello, if you know what I'm talking about. Those cheap places where you could get nice cheap suits for the low, and they kind of give you a deal where they give you the suit with the shirt, with the tie, and they kind of throw in the shoes there if you kind of hustle them, and you let them know, like, yo, papi, show me some love, man, blah, blah, blah. People would pay attention to me more. Because why? Because I was dressed for success. I was dressed for success. It didn't matter. I was dressed. People wanted to talk to me. People wanted to know what I was selling. People wanted it. You know why? Because I was playing chess, guys, not checkers. It was strategic. Dude, I'm strategic. Remember, there's a law, right? The 48 laws of power, right? One of the 48 laws of power is law number 6. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Law number 6 is called court attention at all cost. Okay? Court attention at all costs. Now, I'm going to read you guys the definition of this really quick. Let me see what it is. Court attention at all costs, right? It's one of the 48 laws of power. What does it says? Court attention at all costs says, as everything is judged by its appearance, you must stand out. You must make yourself appear larger, more interesting, and more mysterious than the masses. That's one of the 48 laws of power. As everything is judged by appearance. All right? Remember, this is a law of power. Because everything is judged by its appearance, you must stand out. All right? So most people, when they show up to events, they're going to show up in a t-shirt, they're going to show up in some jeans, and they're going to show up in some sneakers. That's the masses. Majority of people will show up like that. But if I want to be court attention at all costs, not only must I stand out, but I must make myself appear larger, more interesting, and more mysterious than everybody. This is why you guys see me wearing pink suits. This is why you guys see me wearing nice, tailored, three-piece suits, different colors, all of this stuff, nice hair, right? You see it, right? Yo, I pay $100 for this haircut. You know how many people come up to me and tell me, Nano, nice haircut? Why? Because I don't have the same haircut as everybody. You see the difference? It's called court attention at all costs. You know how many people come up to me and tell me, yo, that's a nice suit, bro? Why? Because I don't just have a regular suit. I wear different types of suits. You understand what I'm saying? It's different. Yo, that's a nice color. That color looks nice on you. I vibrate different. See what I'm saying? It's chess. If I show up to a networking event, I'm going to make myself appear larger, more mysterious, and more everything than everybody that's there. You know why? Because I want to be court attention at all costs, man. I want people to see me and be like, yo, I want to work with that kid. That kid right there, he getting to it. I could be, yo, fam, I'm telling you guys, I've walked into rooms with less than $50 in my pocket. And I came out of there with $1 million connections because of how I was dressed. Nobody could have told me that I wasn't a millionaire. The way I was dressed, chest up, walk into rooms. How you doing, sir? My name is Kevin Torres. It's a pleasure to meet you. Where you from? Shaking his hand, looking at him right in his eyes, letting him know I'm here with him. You don't scare me. You don't intimidate me. I'm here with you. I'm a business owner. How about you? I run an online business. I actually teach people how to make money online from the comforts of their homes and phones. I trade in the financial markets. I have my own e-commerce stores. I also invest into cryptocurrency. Tell me a little bit more about your business, sir. I'd love to know. Perfect. Let's connect. I would love for us to connect, maybe see how maybe we can help each other in the future. Can we exchange information? Absolutely. Got him. You feel me? But people, they see that. You know what I'm saying? Successful people see that. You know why? Because I'm playing chess. It's not checkers. I show up to places intentional. Always intentional. I go to events intentionally. I go to these events intentionally, family. And that's the key. You got to show up intentionally to places, guys. And, you know, this is what it's about with living the life of chess, not checkers. Play the long game. This is why I be laughing at people, you know, and not laughing at them literally, but I just be laughing at the situation because it's like, bro, some people come into these opportunities and, you know, they leave after a year, 2 years. Like for me, yo, I'm thinking, I'm like, I think like Kobe Bryant, you know, Derek Jeter, you know, they spent their whole life with one organization. Kobe Bryant spent 20 years with the Lakers. Derek Jeter spent 20 years with the Yankees. Yo, I'm spending 20 years in my industry. I have a 20-year mentality. I don't care what happens year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6. I'm thinking 20 years down the road, bro. I'm not worried about year 5. You understand what I'm saying? Who cares who leaves in year 2? Who cares who leaves year 3? Who cares if the business has been down for 4 years and then the next 5 years? Bro, anything can happen. I could go from making a certain amount. Bro, I've watched people go from making $10,000 a month to making $500,000 a month in 1 year because they were in the right place at the right time. They never quit. Everything worked in their favor and it all changed. I'm not here to play these little games that people are playing, bro. I'm not playing these 4-year games that people want to play and 2-year games and people quit and leave because they're not making money and this. Bro, I'm not here to play those games. I'm here to play the long game, chess. And when you play like that, I promise you it'll come. I promise you it'll come. It has to come. It has to come. Because we play for the long game, not the short game. We play the long game. I'm here to play long game. Guys, I'll be honest with you guys. The money that I've made, the accomplishments that I've had, the places that I've traveled to, have all been bonuses to the person that I've become. That's all been a bonus. The person that I've become and the people that I've met, that is the real value right there. Forget about the money that I've spent and the money that I've had and the money that this and this. That means nothing, bro. Money has no real value, no intrinsic value. You know where the real value is? This comes from Ray Dalio. Right? I read the book Principles, and in the book Principles, he says, money has no intrinsic value. The real value is in relationships. It's in the network that you build with people, the information and the person that you become. That's where the real value is. You know why I love my business? Because my business challenges me every single day, bro. If there's anything that I love about my business of network marketing, bro, is that this business challenges me. Oh my God, I can't even tell you guys how much it challenges me. There's a new challenge every single day. Guys, you don't think that I know about maybe ways that I can make money faster maybe and make maybe more? But there's no challenge to that. There's no like grind to that. There's no challenge for that for me. I want the challenge. I want to grow. I want to do things that I can't figure out so I can grow from that. I'm not trying to do something that can make me money and I'm not going to grow from it. I know people that make a ton of money, but they do it easily and they're not growing from it, which is cool. And that's fine. And that's fine. You can make all the money. I make money. I have money. I have my money invested in places where I don't do anything for it. It's just there sitting and it makes my money. And that's it. I make it easy. But I like to challenge myself. And you know what's the most valuable commodity on earth? Is learning how to handle and deal with people. It says it in How to Win Friends and Influence People. He says the most valuable commodity on earth is learning how to deal with people. And what does my business have to do with? Dealing with people. As one of the most valuable skill sets that you can ever learn in life. So I love my business. There's always a new challenge. There's always a new skill set. There's always a new event. There's always new information. There's always something I can build. There's always something I can find. There's always somebody new I can build a relationship with. There's always something that I can do and I can grow. It doesn't come to me easy. It comes to me hard. And no, I want you guys to know, I like it. For real, I like it when it's hard now so that I know it can be easy later for me. Because I know that if I do what's easy now, my life will be hard later. But if I do what's hard now, my life will be easy later. So I'm going to do all the hard things now. Because you know what? Eventually, remember, guys, chess, not checkers. Okay? At some point, the people are going to realize like, damn, I need to learn all these skill sets. I got to go through all these challenges. I got to go through all these things that Nano went through years ago. But because I didn't want to listen to him, now I got to do it. But guess what? Nano already went through it. So Nano's already an expert at it. And that's what people don't see. People are not thinking how I'm thinking. That's the thing. People are literally not thinking how I'm thinking. If people were thinking how I was thinking, people would be like, nah, I understand what he's doing now. Because I'm playing the long game. I'm like, yo, I'm going to do all the hard things now. Everything that's hard, I'm going to do it right now. Because my life is going to be easy later. I did everything that was hard now. Everything is going to be easy later. Why is it going to be easy? Because I already did it now. But everybody runs from the hard now. Everybody is running away from the hard. Nah, bro, that's too hard. Hell no. I'm not doing that. Nah, that makes me uncomfortable. Guess what, bro? You're going to have to do it later. At some point, you're going to have to do it later. At some point, you're going to have to do it. That's the thing. You're going to have to do it at some point. It's like, for example, if person A, person B. Person A decides not to climb up the stairs. Person B decides to go up the stairs, and he goes up and he's always climbing, always climbing. If person A wants to get to that destination, at some point, he's going to have to climb. There's no way around it. You're going to have to climb. So there's no way around it. So I just rather start climbing now. I'd rather start doing all the hard things now. Because 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, when my life is the easiest that it's ever been, I'm living in abundance. My kids are living the most amazing life. I'm living the most abundant, beautiful life with my wife, my kids. We're traveling the world. You know, money is not an issue in our lives. We have so much money, bro, that money, we don't even think about it. We have money flowing in from so many different areas. Everything is flowing. And then people are going to be like, damn, bro, I'm going to start working now. And then they're going to try to do what I did now. They're going to try to do it 10 years later. They're going to try to do what was hard then because they have been doing what was easy for the last 10 years. Now they're going to want to do what's hard. Because guess what? Because they chose to do what was easy then, their life is going to be hard later. But if they choose to do what's hard now, your life will be easy later. And that right there, guys, is called checkmate. Like my sis Patricia said in the chat box. The price got to be paid by all, fam. Checkmate. And if you don't believe me, the good thing is you follow me on Instagram. So you're going to have to watch me do it, or you're going to do it. You're either going to watch me do it or we're going to do it together. And that's the facts. And that's the facts, family. So we're going to end it right there because it's 11:11 and there's no better way to end this call. If you guys got value from today's call, type checkmate in the chat box if you guys got value, because this was a checkmate kind of call. This call was really checkmate for me. Like, I was like, damn, this call was lit. This is a checkmate kind of call because I want you guys to think like this, bro. I wish more of us thought about the things that I'm talking about, you guys, right now, the way I am, because I promise you, if you do this, remember, I'm not talking about anything in particular. I'm talking about just doing everything with strategy, doing everything the long game. Everything has to be intentional. Nothing can be done just to do it. It has to be very, very intentional. Most people are playing checkers, guys. Don't play checkers. Checkers will keep you stuck and broke. Checkers will keep you stuck and broke. Chess will make you rich, abundant, and happy and peaceful. And that's what we all want to do, all right, fam? So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I'm super blessed, very grateful. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is at Long Live Nano. Okay, my other Instagram is at Mornings with Nano. Okay, both of them. Be careful for fake pages. I will never ask you to send me any money. I will never ask you how your trades are going. Any of those things, man. Corey said, yo, you went in today, King Folk. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you, man. I was just in that mode today. It was just something told me, yo, we playing chess today, man. People need to hear the chess, not checkers game, because it's so, so powerful. It's so, so powerful. And I need more of us to have that mindset. That's the mindset for real, for real, for real. And you know what's funny? I've done this training before, but it was completely, the points were a little bit different than what we talked about today. You got to play chess, guys. Chess, chess, chess. Even like, for example, like with everything happening right now. Let me give you guys this last tip. Guys, do you guys understand that we are going into a recession, right? And if we're not in a recession right now, we are already headed into a recession, which means that everything is going to be for sale. all these houses, all these stocks, all these cryptos, all of these things are going to be for sale. And for those who are playing chess, for those who are thinking like, yo, this is my time for me to, this is why I be telling people, I'm like, yo, you guys are freaking crazy if you're not going hard in your business right now. You guys are absolutely delusional if you are not going hard right now, because you need to get the money right now. We need to get money right now. This is not a time to be chilling and, oh, let me just take it easy. This is a time to be eating. You need to be eating as much as you can because you need money. You need money to invest into these plays. If you don't get in on these plays, you done for. You need to be every single day, man. Because right now, people don't have money. That's what they're doing. They're literally draining us of our money. They're putting gas prices up, food prices up, everything up, taxes, everything up, so that we won't have money, so that the rich that know the secrets, the rich people that know the secrets, that have the money, they're playing chess while we're sitting down playing checkers and holding and trying to figure out what the next step in our lives are going to be and at what time we got to be at work. While there's people that have $2 million, $5 million ready to buy all this real estate, all these cryptos, all these things at the absolute low so that they can live the rest of the 10 years of their lives off of the profits that they made during this time. That's how I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, how can I make as much money as I can over the next 2 years so I can get in on all of these investment and opportunities that are about to happen so that I can live the rest of my life? Like, this is how serious it is, guys. Whatever you do in the next 2 years could literally retire you for the rest of your life if you are smart. If you take the next 2 years very serious and you make the most money that you've ever made, and you take your life and your business extremely serious and you make a lot of money, dude, the investments that you make over the next 2 years between now and 2025, the investments you make now, you'll live from 2025 and on. I've been telling people yo, we may mess around and retire in 2025. Because that's it. We're going to be making so much money off of the investments that we made in 2023, 2024, 2025, that the money's going to be flowing because of the entries and the things. We're going to have so many houses, real estates, Airbnb, stocks, cryptos, NFTs, e-commerce stores. Man, this is, you guys don't, I hope you guys feeling me. I hope you guys really understand where I'm coming from. But guys, that's everything right there. If I could keep going, like, I don't really want to keep going because I could keep going all day. But guys, trust me. Trust me, this is the game right here, fam. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a quick prayer and I'm going to get up out of here. All right, fam? Everybody bow your heads. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for waking us up on this beautiful Thursday morning. We are so extremely thankful for you, your guidance, and the wisdom that you continue to pour into us each and every single day. I want to thank you personally, Father, for using me as a vessel today to speak to the family. We all needed that message today, including myself, to really understand the importance of strategy, really understanding the importance of, playing the long game, understanding that everything takes time, because sometimes we expect things to happen so fast, but all great things in life takes time. And even the greatness and the empires and the amazing things that you did, they all took time, Father. So the same things that took time for you, they're going to take time for us. And it's going to take time for us to change. It's going to take time for us to elevate our lifestyle. It's going to take time for us to help our communities. So we embrace that. And on behalf of the whole entire community here, God, we understand it more than ever. So we want to thank you so much for being a leader for us. Thank you so much for guiding us, for protecting us, for giving us health, for keeping us in the loop, and always guiding us, Father. So we thank you so much. We appreciate you so much. We love you from the bottom of our hearts. In God's name we pray. Amen. 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 All right. Amen. All right, guys. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you guys are going to be at Break the Code, I will be there this weekend here in Miami. I'm actually here in Miami right now. I'm about to head to the mall. And, I'll see you guys tomorrow for MMX, man. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. See